Hello, today we're doing the lecture guide section 2.1 for Math 60. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. Alright, let's set up the pen to draw. There we go. And get my little pad so I don't drag my arm across there. Alright, first off we're talking about terminology. Sorry about that. There we go. An equation. A statement that shows two algebraic expressions are equal. So an equation might be 4x minus 3 is equal to 2x squared plus 4. Okay? Whereas an expression might be 2x squared plus 4. Or 4x minus 3. Both of those are expressions. When they're set equal to each other, that's when you get an equation. How is an equation different from an expression? An equation always contains an equal sign, whereas an expression does not contain an equal sign. Linear equation in one variable has just that, one variable. For example, ax plus b equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and not 0. If I had a 0 on the a, then it's not a linear equation. I have to have that variable. All right, what are the characteristics of a linear equation in one variable? First off, it's an equation. Second, there's only one variable. Third, the variable is multiplied by a number other than 0. Again, if I multiply by 0, I have no x in my equation, or no variable. There are some constants. That means numbers without variables. Solving an equation is the process of finding the number or numbers that make the equation a true statement. A solution can also be called a root, the number or numbers that make the equation a true statement. All right, checking whether a number is a solution to an equation. This is just a matter of plugging it in. Plug it in and try it. Okay? So, determine if 3 is an equation, solution to the equation. So we plug it, whoa, sorry, my computer shifted. Plug in the 3. Well, let's see, 3 plus 4 is 7. Does that equal 7? Yes. Okay, you just write yes when you get it correct. All right, determine if negative 6 is a solution. Well, that means it's 2 times negative 6 plus 1 equals negative 6 minus 5. All right, first I'm going to do the multiplication. Minus 12 plus 1. Is that equal to negative 6 plus a negative 5? Well, negative 12 plus 1 is negative 11. Negative 6 plus negative 5 is negative 11. So again, yes. Is 1 a solution? All right, so we're going to plug 1 in for the two x's. So we have 2 times 1 minus 3. Is that equal to negative 3 times 1 plus 1? 1 minus 3 is negative 2. I have 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4. I have 1 plus 1 is 2. But now I have a negative 3 times that. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. This is not equal, therefore the answer to this one would be no. All right, using the addition property of equality to solve an equation. All that means, the addition property of equality, that's what this is right here. Okay, that's saying if two things are equal, I can add the exact same thing to both sides and it will maintain its equality. It's not going to change whether or not the two sides are equal. We use this all the time. So here, x minus 4 equals 13. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Negative 4 plus 4 turned to 0, so I have just x. 13 plus 4 is 17. And I have solved the equation. X is equal to 17. z plus 7. So what I'm going to do is subtract the 7 to both sides. Becomes 0 here, leaving me with simply z is equal to negative 10 plus a negative 7 is negative 17. Here I have a negative 27.23, so I'm going to add 27.23. Notice each time I am adding or subtracting the constant, actually the opposite of the constant that is associated with the x. So I'm going to add 27.23. So x is equal to, well, 7 and 3 is 0. Sorry, is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 7 and the 1 is 8, plus 2 is 0. So I actually have gotten rid of all my decimals. So that's 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 9 and 1 is 10, and 7 is 17. Put down the 7, carry the 1. See, I already had the two zeros. Carry the 1. 2 and 1 is 3. There we go. So the answer is 37. You could put it in your calculator. That's fine too. So again, we are always adding the opposite number. That's the one connected to the variable, right? So that's over here this time. So I have r. Now I've got to subtract the 13.25. The purpose is I need that to add to 0, but I have to do it to both sides. Alright, so I end up with r being equal to 5 and 5 is 0, carry the 1. 7 and 2 is 9, plus 1 is 0, carry the 1. It's 10, so 0, carry the 1. 8, 9, and 3 is 12, so put down the 2, carry the 1. 1 and 1 is 2. Negative, so r is equal to negative 22. All right, we're going to add 2/3. Now, I need a common denominator to do this, because I have 2/3 minus 1/2. So I'm going to multiply the second term by 3 over 3 and the first term by 2 over 2. This is going to give me 4 minus 3 over 6. 4 minus 3 is 1, so I have 1/6. So x is 1/6. Okay, we have another example. 1/8 plus y equals 1/3. Well, I have to subtract the 1/8. So y is equal to, well, I have 1/3 minus 1/8. The only way I can do this is to multiply the first one by 8 over 8 and the second by 3 over 3. So I'm going to have 24 is my common denominator. 8 minus 3, so that's 5 over 24. It doesn't simplify, so that's just my answer, 5 over 24. Adding and subtracting variable terms on both sides of an equation. Remember, our objective is to get the variable on one side and all alone. So sometimes they give it to you on both sides, and so you have to do the same thing we were doing with constants, but now with our favorite variables. All right, so let's see how this works. I want a non-negative, so I'm going to add this in such a way that I end up with a negative. So if I add 8s to both sides, I'm going to get an s on this side, and it goes away here. So I just have to move the variable, the constant. So I have a 20. I need it to go to the other side, right? I need the 20 over here because I moved the 8 over there. So if I subtract 20 from both sides, 26 minus 20 is 6. So that's my answer. Not too bad. All right, here, 4x is positive. Subtract 3x, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to move the x over here, which is going to leave me with x. And I'm going to move the 7 over here. 11 minus 7 is 4. There we go. All right, first I have to do the distribution. GEMDOS, we have to do our groupings of the parentheses. So I have 4x minus 4 equals 14 plus 3x. Well, I'm going to move the 3x so that it's a positive value. It's minus 3x. So I'm left with x. And then I'm going to move the 4, and I have 18. There we go. All right, we only have one x, so I don't have to move an x. So I'm going to move the 1.6 to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 1.6. Let's see, 6 from 7 is 1, 1 from 5 is 4. There we go. So x is 4.1. All right, another try here. Oh boy, fractions, our favorite. I'm going to subtract the 2/7. So y is going to equal 1/3 minus 2/7. Well, 7 over 7 and 3 over 3. It's the only way I can do it. So I'm going to have 7 minus 6. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 minus 6 is 1, so my answer is 1 over 21. All right, hopefully you're getting the hang of this. Okay, so this is our last page, couple more practice ones. Oh boy, we got all kinds of stuff here. So, first thing we're going to do is put our variables together. I draw little brackets like this, so I know that I've connected all the y's. So I have 5y minus 4y. That's going to leave me with y. I have plus 3 and a minus 8, gives me minus 5. And I have a 6 plus 9, which leaves me with 15. Now I add 5 to both sides. I get y is equal to 20. All right, here I have x's on both sides, so I'm going to move the smaller, minus 6x. Well, 7 minus 6 is 1, so I have just x on that side. And I don't have any constants to add to the 12, so it's just 12. Alrighty, here we're moving our fractions again. I'm going to subtract the 2/3. So x equals, so we have a negative 2/3 plus 8. No, we don't. I apologize. Sure, okay. A negative 7/6, that works. Well, this would be a 6 if I multiplied it by 2. So I'm going to multiply this one by 2 over 2. That's going to give me negative 4 over 6 plus a negative 7 over 6. Well, negative 4 and negative 7 is 4 plus 7, which is 11, with a negative. So this is a negative 11/6. So that is my answer. All right, 4.7 we're going to move. I add 4.7. X equals 4.7 minus 5.9. And I wrote a 6. Forgot I can do that. So, my answer is going to be negative. To get from 4.7 to 5.6, I get 0.3 to get up to 5, and then another 0.6. So the difference between them is 0.9. It's going to be negative because the 5.6, the larger number, is negative. And there we are. All right, our last one, number 10. Oh boy, all kinds of fun. All right, 6x minus 6. So I have 7x plus 3 equals 6x minus 6 plus 9. Well, I'm going to subtract the 6x. So I have just x. So now I have x equals. Well, I'm going to subtract the 3. So I have a negative 3 and a negative 6 is negative 9. Plus 9 is 0. And we're done. Okay, so you can work on your homework. Hopefully this helps.